It's Tuesday, February 12th. Here are the stories making the news. Renowned Guyanese composer Valerie Rodway was today honored on what would have been her 100th birth anniversary.
The life and work of Valerie Rodway, a famed Guyanese composer of several national songs, was commemorated by a large gathering of family, friends, President David Granger, First Lady Sandra Granger, and several government officials. Rodway's work includes odes like O Beautiful Guyana, Canaima, Hymn for Guyana's Children, Arise Guyana, and Guyana the Free. President David Granger spoke of her vivid contributions to Guyanese society and officially opened a building renamed in Rodway's honor.
Valerie Rodway's talent is that she moved beyond ethnicity. She moved beyond religion. She moved beyond the prejudices of being urban or rural. And she, I think, helped us to discover our Guyanese-ness.
Additionally, the Guyana Post Office Corporation has issued a commemorative stamp in honor of Ms. Rodway.
In December, we had commenced the production of the stamp, which honors and recognizes a highly awarded and much beloved musician.
Valerie Rodway left behind a substantial body of patriotic work reflecting national pride. Her life as a teacher, performer, and composer provided an example of the lasting power of music. For InfoHub, Letitia Isaacs.
The Department of Energy has completed the development of a new template for best practice production sharing agreements as Guyana prepares for more investments in the oil and gas industry.
Director of the Department of Energy, Dr. Mark Bino, explained that the production sharing agreements will be a balancing act that will address what Guyana wants as well as potential investments in the oil and gas sector.
And let me emphasize, it's a template, meaning that we will vary differing conditions depending on how we are engaging. It is not a bilateral negotiation, but as the word implies, as a best practice template, it would be the best practice for Guyana. But if all of those requirements are to be enforced, we would have the best PSA, but not very many investors.
The department has also developed a public sharing agreement model toolkit that will allow for the creation of demonstration of possible scenarios of the current PSAs and the development of a new model contract.
What this toolkit does, it helps us to design future licensing round strategy through varying the assumptions under which those strategy or the contracts will be developed, defining the approach for deep water, shallow water, and onshore licensing, together with modeling PSAs that will be offered. The modus operandi for issuing blocks in this one will be based on interests shown.
Oil and gas advisor in the Ministry of the Presidency, Matthew Wilkes, said that the ultimate intention of the new model is to craft PSAs that could be applied to different investment climates.
Where we're trying to get to is a document that has a very small number of biddable terms, because remember we want to go to competitive tendering on this, so it's going to be a competitive environment. Dr.
Bino also gave assurance that the government will honor the sanctity of existing contracts it has with oil companies. Seneca Thorne, InfoHub.
Following reports that Jamaica Port authorities confiscated 70 tons of rice, the Guyana Rice Development Board is currently awaiting word from Jamaica's Industries, Agriculture and Fisheries Ministry.
Claims are that during the inspection in Jamaica, it was revealed that the grains had signs of mold, clumping, discoloration, and wetting, resulting in its detention by a food storage inspector. These claims have given rise to allegations questioning the quality of rice being shipped out of Guyana. However, Deputy General Manager of the Guyana Rice Development Board, Alison Peters, refutes this.
Our certificate for testing of any rice is accredited by the Jamaica National Agency for Accreditation, the JANAC body. This is the 4th year that we have been accredited by this body. A product leaves Guyana, it just doesn't arrive in another country. There's some form of conveyance that takes it from point A to point B. Our certificate proves that the rice left here in good order.
General Manager of the GRDB, Nizam Hassan, highlighted that in the event that the rice is damaged due to poor handling after inspection, either the insurance companies or the shipping company responsible would address same.
We have had experiences on other contracts and other supplies where there has been or had been damages done to the product because of handling on the ships or handling of the containers at wharves. It's either dealt with by the insurance companies or by the shipping companies and so on.
Ms. Peters also took the chance to address alleged claims that rice had been rejected from Guyana in the past.
Since 2014, 2013, to now, based on our certificate, we have not had any rice, to our knowledge, being rejected. There have been mentioned in the press of rice coming back, etc., but we have no information on that.
Reporting for InfoHub, Nikosi Bruce.
Several Region 6 entrepreneurs who received loans and grants from the Small Business Bureau to build and expand their businesses were recently visited by Minister of Business Dominic Gaskin.
Minister Gaskin's first stop was at an aquaculture farm owned by Ronald Arjun at Wim Village, Quarantine. Arjun exclusively operates a shrimp farm and sells to nearby villages and also exports.
We have started preparing a hatchery, a feed factory, a processing plant. So we could supply ourselves, the farmers around, we could buy the produce, we could package it, and we could export, and we could also supply the entire country locally here.
The business minister's next stop was at a farm owned by 31-year-old Reynard Ward of Christina's Lust, East Bank, Berbice. Ward, who cultivates his crops on 10 acres of land and market his produce at the New Amsterdam market, has plans to one day expand with a further 10 acres. He said the Small Business Bureau provided instrumental support.
They did supported me with a source of power on the farm, which was lacking at the time. And it did made tremendous difference because most of the activities done on the farm now are powered by the tractor. We have citrus, which is our main crop, pumpkins, watermelons, plantains, soursop, coconuts, mangoes, avocado, carambola, quite a number others.
Minister Gaskin said he was delighted to see the level of progress made by the recipients and assured that there will be continued support.
We will continue to support projects such as these because we think it's very important that young people maintain their bond with this particular industry.
The Small Business Bureau is a semi-autonomous government agency that was established to provide developmental support and funding along with support for small businesses. Reporting for InfoHub, Ayana George.
Still to come, MNCC to enforce removal of encumbrances, stakeholders sensitized on reporting on agencies within the extractive sector, and High Commission of India observes ITEC Day. Stay with us.
The future of Guyana has never looked better. Our nation is on the cusp of a development program like never seen before. While Guyana is now emerging as an energy giant through the discovery of massive reserves of oil and natural gas, it is your government's intention that the huge benefits emerging from this will go where it matters most, to you, the people of this beloved country. There is a surge of confidence in the way Guyana is governed once again, and the level of investor interest is unprecedented. Guyana is poised to become the breadbasket of the region, and the pace at which this nation will grow through prudent fiscal management will be nothing short of impressive. But more than anything else will be the way every Guyanese, regardless of color, class, or creed, becomes a part of this historic period of national transformation, sharing in the wealth and well-being of it all as one Guyana.
Welcome back. With Guyana expected to produce its first Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative report by April 2019, a workshop was held to sensitize stakeholders on the importance of EITI reporting mechanisms, methodology, and processes. During the opening at Cara Lodge, Minister of Natural Resources Raphael Trotman noted the importance of this milestone.
I recall that one of the first acts of the new government was to have a cabinet endorsement of the EITI process. And that may seem insignificant to some, but to us it was very important that as a government we embraced transparency and initiatives to counter the scourge and specter of corruption.
Minister Trotman underscored that it was imperative this was done before first oil in 2020. GYEITI independent administrator from BDO LLP, a United Kingdom firm, Ben Torabali, stated these reports are critical to advancing transparency in the extractive sectors.
In the context of Guyana, there's been a lot of challenges, and I think transparency is the way forward. Promotion of transparency is important to promote the economy, to put Guyana on the, on the map, so that people get, get confidence in the country and come here to, promote investment, which will in turn create jobs, etc.
The reconciliation report will include information on operations and procedures of Guyana's mining, forestry, and oil and gas sectors. This report has to be submitted by April 25, 2019. For InfoHub, Anara Khan. The High Commission of India to Guyana on Tuesday commemorated Indian technical and economic cooperation in honor of the long-standing relations between Guyana and India.
At the observance hosted at the Marriott Hotel, Auditor General Deodat Sharma noted that the Indian Technical and Economic Cooperation (ITEC) has served several employees of various government organizations involved in auditing.
The ITEC program has trained our staff in areas that were considered new and emergent, such as auditing in the information technology environment, auditing of divestment issues, performance and environmental auditing, auditing of the energy sector, and auditing of e-governance, among others. Not only have my staff been able to have training in methodology and execution of these audits, but these sessions were interactive, and all these training were supplemented with field trips to actual experience.
General Manager of the National Data Management Authority, Francis Simmons, noted that the Indian government has provided a grant to form the Center of Excellence for Information Technology with several other binding ties aimed to build a technology-driven Guyana.
I am happy to say that the Indian staff complement have recently arrived in Guyana just over a week ago to start their work. And also, local persons have been selected to take part in the Master Trainer courses in India this year. Upon their return, public servants can and will be trained in the finer arts and more practical aspects of information technology right here in Guyana at the center, which is located on the University of Guyana campus.
The India High Commission first launched ITEC on September 15, 1964, with technical and economic cooperation with more than 140 partnered countries aimed to enhance the skills of auditors. Reporting for InfoHub, Ayana George.
The Georgetown Mayor and City Council will soon be enforcing stringent measures to remove encumbrances on the city's streets.
On Monday, during the MCC statutory meeting, Mayor Ubraj Narain said the council must move swiftly to ensure such a policy to ensure the safety of the Guyanese people. This decision comes in light of the death of Trevon Butters, who slammed into a park lorry on Princess Street, Working-Ross on February 5, 2019. Acting Town Council Sharon Harry Monroe echoed the mayor's sentiments, noting that the council is mandated to take such actions.
According to the bylaws, by law, council is responsible for removing derelict vehicles from the entire Georgetown, and it is something that should be done holistically.
City engineer Colvert Ventor noted that for the removal of encumbrances from the city's parapets, the council will need to hire specialized vehicles to assist in this task.
There are some challenges that we will have in removing some of those pieces of
derelict equipment and vehicle. That will entail us having to hire special vehicle for some of these vehicles, not all. Some we have the capability of moving, some we will have to hire equipment.
On the matter of fines, vendors said persons will have to pay a fee to uplift their impound vehicles.
Yes, persons will have to pay to have those costs, to have their vehicles collected. And in addition to that also, Mr. Mayor, enshrined in the law is that after 1 month, if those persons do not come to uplift, then it will be put before the council. The law gave that you could dispose or put it up to be sold.
The MCC is set to use its current storage space to conduct this initiative. Neil Lehman, InfoHub.
Remember to check out the Mashramani calendar on our social media pages to know where and when the activities are taking place. You can also get a glimpse of Guyanese talent from the various MASH competitions. That's all for this evening. Connect with us on WhatsApp, like and subscribe to our Facebook page for notifications. You can also follow us on Instagram for updates and visit our website at dpi.gov.gy. Your bridge and weather reports are up next. Goodbye.